Well, howdy do, folks. Happy July 1st. Welcome to my eBay sales for June 2025. So the summer slowdown is real because I am not being very consistent with listing items in my store. The foot traffic is just not there. And of course, people are not shopping online during the summertime anyway. They are out and about, they're on vacations, not really checking out e-commerce stores as much. Which is okay, that's normal. I'm not shopping as much online either. That's just how it is. But even despite my slowdown, I was still able to sell a few things, so let's go ahead and see what I was able to sell. Up first is this Dossier Ambery Vetiver Eau de Parfum. I bought this, believe it or not, after I came back from the beach last year at one of my thrift stores. The store was running 30% off everything if it wasn't a certain color. And I picked this up for about $6.40. And it sold for a full asking price of $24.99. This Skin by Dimitri James stuff, if you ever find it new, please pick it up if it's a good deal because it does sell. I did pay $10 for this, and I did originally sell for $65. Unfortunately, there was just a listing error. It's a long story, so I won't. There was just an error with something. So to settle with the customer to make sure that they were satisfied, I went ahead and refunded her $25. So instead of the $65, I sold this for essentially $40, which, to be fair, I still made $30 on it. So I'm not too upset about that at all. These were something that I picked up at my local peddler's mall. These are some Tupperware Cervelier canisters. 3 of them in different colors. Very bright, vivacious for the 70s. And I sold them for $28. Now one day, I want to say it was maybe late last year, I just went into Goodwill one day, and I just went kind of glass crazy. I don't know what it was. It was just I was seeing a bunch of glass that looked promising and good, and I just bought a bunch of it. One of them was this Westmoreland milk glass vanity tray, and it's got gold grapes on it, like gold grapevines and everything. I don't normally pick up milk glass items, especially if it's got the grape design on it. But I did see comps for this, and as you can see, it does sell pretty well, or at least it sold for me. And I did get a best offer of $34 for this. I paid $3. So do you all remember when I went to, it was Newmarket, Virginia. It's called Shenandoah Valley Antiques and Flea Market. Shenandoah Valley Flea Market and Antiques. No. Oh, I forget the name of that store. I just can't think of it right now. Anyway, so I bought a whole bunch of reference books, and I did a reference book sale. Sold all of those, so thank you all very much, everyone. But this one, I found out was worth a little bit more money, so I put it up on eBay. It was Modern Glass, featuring Masterworks from Murano, from 2009, by Dan Ripley. They took tags off of everything in this establishment, so I don't remember how much the prices of the books and everything were. They ranged between like $2 to $6 or $7. So I don't remember exactly how much this one was. but it did sell for a best offer of $25. So most kitchen stuff, it doesn't really, it's not something I really gravitate towards because, any and all of us can go to a brick and mortar store and get something like this if we need it. But this was actually 50% off at a place in Virginia. And I saw that they had, I was able to quintuple my money on it. So I was like, what, let me pick this up. I think maybe it was taken off of the original packaging and it was put on with twist ties. So it was new, but it was removed off the packaging. But anywho, paid $3 and it sold for $14.99. I don't know if any of y'all have ever heard of Oakcha. I'd never heard of it before in my life. I picked this up at a thrift store 50% off, so I paid $5. And it did sell for a best offer of $22. These little things are really nifty. I never knew that there was a market for them. I bought one a while ago at the Hancock Antique Mall, and I thought it was just a perfume bottle. Come to find out, it's actually a Fruitfly Trap, and somebody got a really good deal on it. Now, granted, I still paid very little for it, so what I sold it for was fair enough for me. But I saw another one of these when we were in Lynchburg. We went into like one of the brick and mortars there, and I paid $4.99 for it, and I took a best offer of $22. So if you see these out and about and you can get them really inexpensively, pick them up because you can get, $20-25 for them. So this is really, really cool and probably a blast from the past for some of you. This is Avon's Skin So Soft Fresh Smooth Hair Removal. It's a wax kit from 2003. I want to say I paid $3.20 for this, and I sold it for $25. I took a best offer of $25. So this was something that I had originally bought for myself. It was really inexpensive, so I was like, yeah, you know what, let me see if I like it or not. It was John Varvatos' Artisan. Funny enough, I actually just tested one of his fragrances at the Goodwill. Somebody had donated a bottle of it, and I can still smell it on me. It's very, very musky and overpowering. I personally don't like colognes that are like that. So I decided to go ahead and sell this one, and I'm glad that I did because I paid $12 for it, and it sold for a best offer of $30. So this was something that I had bought with a whole bunch of perfumes at the Salvation Army. So what happens at my Salvation Army here locally is they save a lot of the good items that are donated to them, and they put it all out at Christmas time. The prices are a little bit more inflated for some of those items, but they're still really good prices for what they are. So they had some perfumes that I just took a chance on. One of them was this called Forever by Elizabeth Taylor. It was just a 33 fluid ounce bottle full. I took a best offer of $10. So this Fitz and Floyd little shell figurine, I also picked up at one of the local charity thrift stores here. Very different. I had not seen anything quite like it before. It does have the Fitz and Floyd tag on the bottom, so you know it's an older piece. This little trinket, I can't remember off the top of my head how much it was. Originally it was $5, but I think there may have been a sale going on, or I had a $10 off coupon, because once you accumulate enough points at the store, you get $10 off of your entire order. So I sold it for $17, and it could very well have been just like a few dollars. So this set is something that I picked up at the Boonesboro Antique Mall / Indoor Flea Market. It's a MAC Brush Off Snow Essential, makeup set. I paid $3 for this, and I had it listed for $34.99. Somebody did offer me $25. Considering I only paid $3, I was more than happy to take the offer of $25. I'm sure somebody bought this as a gift to give someone at Christmas time. And like I always say, there is no time like the present to do your Christmas shopping, because if you can do it throughout the year like I do, you save yourself a whole bunch of stress. So up next, I picked up this Stanley Nesting Tea Canister in turquoise. This is a very popular set, and I think it's the color. A lot of people love the old 50s, 60s blue color, and myself included. So I picked this up at the flea market, which was located in Edinburgh, Virginia. When I found out that they were closing up shop, I decided to head up that way, see what kind of sales the dealers there were offering, and this particular vendor was 50% off, so I paid $9 for this canister. And it did sell for a full asking price of $24.99. Last item to have sold for the month of June, actually it just sold overnight going on to today, June 30th, is this 2023 Disney Parks Epcot Flower and Garden Festival Orange coffee mug. For those of you who visited Disney many years ago, you all remember this orange bird. If you can find the little dishes, like the ashtrays and things like that, keep your eyes peeled for them, because they do sell. I think I actually sold one of them for like $50. And this piece, I believe it or not, was an arbitrage score. I bought it probably, let's see, maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. So they've been in my store a while. I am very pleased that somebody picked this up, because I know that there are collectors out there for this specific mascot, if you will. So folks, that concludes my eBay sales for the month of June 2025. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it as always. Do let me know down below in the comment section what items surprised you the most that sold. Did you have any good sales? If you're an eBay seller, you can always let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you on my next video. Bye, y'all.